China is now warning of a real-life Godzilla after Japan began the controversial release of the 1.3 million tonnes of treated radioactive water into the sea today. If you didn't know, for the last 12 years, workers at the plant have been pumping water through Fukushima's ruins in efforts to prevent the debris from overheating and causing further damage. But they say that storing all of that contaminated water is becoming too expensive and they're running out of space. So treating the water and releasing it into the ocean is what they've decided. The United Nations nuclear watchdog has approved the plan, with multiple regulatory bodies and experts concluding that the impact on the environment and people would be negligible. Some, however, either disagree with or don't trust these experts, with one of those being China. They accuse Japan of using the ocean like their private zoo and now imposed a blanket ban on all imports of Japanese seafood. Their state media also said that it could open Pandora's box and trigger fears of mutations leading up to the real Godzilla. It is 2023. So the question is, do you trust the experts on this one, or is this a disaster waiting to happen? Breaking news, China is now warning of a real-life Godzilla after...
All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Ha-Rakakodash, double honors to our apostles, which rule Great Millstone well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abababal. Alright, so as you heard, China is warning of a real-life Godzilla. Now they're blaming the Japanese for dumping all that nuclear waste inside the ocean, right? That they're going to open Pandora's box and actually, see a real Godzilla. But it's not because of the radiation that Godzilla exists. It's because this is the pet of Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. Alright? So in Job 41, it talks about the Leviathan. And this was before the nuclear waste even existed. It says in Job 41, verse 1, and as Esau's titled it, God's power shown in creatures. It says, "Canst thou draw out the Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord, which thou lettest down?" Like how you would catch a fish or an alligator, a snapping turtle. How, you put a bait on a hook, on a rope. You think you could catch the Leviathan like this? Or as they said, Godzilla, right? Because what is that, Leviathan? All right, it says Leviathan, sea monster, dragon. All right, perhaps the extinct dinosaur, which it's not. In fact, the dinosaur is not extinct. It's talking about the dinosaur in Job 40. All right. Let's see. Right here. Verse 15. "Behold now Behemoth, which is the dinosaur, which I made thee. He eateth grass as an ox. Lo now, his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar," which that cedar is dealing with a humongous pine tree. So this is talking about a dinosaur that has a big tail that eats grass, right? But he's very powerful. "The sinews of his stones are wrapped together," right? So his skin is unpenetrable, right? You can't, the stones are talking about his loins, the balls, right? Like you could take a dog to the vet and get him neutered. You can't do these to these animals. You can't neuter a Leviathan. You can't neuter a behemoth. It says, "The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are as strong pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron." See? And these animals are coming to judge the world for Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai also. It says that there's teeth of wild beasts that are spirits of vengeance. It says now in Job 41 verse 2, "Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn?" Can you put him in captivity like you've done the rest of these animals? Right? No. Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he serve you? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Like they do these bears, right? They could take a bear and make it a circus pet. It says, will thou play with him as with a bird? Or will thou bind him for thy maidens? Make him a lapdog. Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Can the Chinese or Japanese eat him? They eat anything because they're filthy fucking heathen. Shall they part him among the merchants? In these wet markets, you find Leviathan tail or Leviathan balls. Come on. It cannot be done. Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons? Can you shoot spears into his flesh? Or his head with fierce spears? Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle. Do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? Meaning it's so horrible to even look upon these creatures that you would just fall down and hide your face because it's terrifying to see him. Right? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? So if you can't stand before the behemoth, you can't stand before the Leviathan, right? How are you going to stand before Yahweh or the Son Yahweh Shai?